Good morning, students. This is the second revision session, and in the previous session we have discussed the paper pattern and we have revised the lesson number 3 circle till practice set 3.2, and today we are going to continue it further. So after that we are going to see the arcs of a circle. Now we have seen that due to the central angle AOB, the circle is getting divided into two parts. The smaller part is called as minor arc and the bigger part is called as major arc. So the measure of minor arc is equal to the measure of its corresponding central angle. So here if you consider angle AOB as 45 degree, then the measure of minor arc APB is also 45 degree. Okay, and the measure of the major arc is equal to 360 degree minus measure of corresponding minor arc. So here measure of arc AQB is equal to 360 degree minus measure of minor arc, that is 45 degree, that is equal to 315 degree. Now similar to the central angle, this secant also divides the circle in two parts. Smaller part is called as minor arc and bigger part is called as major arc. Now if the secant is passing through the center, then this circle is getting divided into equal halves. Okay, and each half is called as semicircular arc. Okay, so the measure of the semicircular arc is 180 degree and the measure of the complete circle is 360 degree. So all these are important points, you should remember this. Now after that we have seen the congruent arcs. So the two arcs are congruent only if their measures and radii are equal. So here arc DE is equal to arc GF because angle DCE is 70 degree and arc FCG is also 70 degree and their radii are also equal. So we can say that these two arcs are congruent. Okay. Then we have seen the property of sum of measure of arcs. Now what is the property of sum of measures of arc? So here let's consider arc ABC and arc CDE. So if you add these two arcs, you will get the bigger arc ACD. Now if you observe this, we have taken this point C as common for both the arcs. So arc ABC also we are having C and in arc CDE also we are having C. So this point is common for both the arcs. That way you can add the arcs and you will get the bigger arcs. So, and you have to remember that only one common point should be considered. No 2 points we can take common. For example, if you add arc ABC and arc BCE, here B and C, these both points are common. So this way we cannot do the addition of the arcs. Okay, so always remember whenever you are doing addition of any two arcs, only one common point should be there. Okay, now let's move on to the next part, inscribed angle. So what is the inscribed angle? The angle whose both the arms lie on the circle are called as inscribed angle. Yes, so what we have to see here, 2 points are important. Intercepted arc is in the interior of the angle and second is both the sides of the angle should contain an end point of the arc. Okay, so these points you have to remember. Okay, so here in this figure, angle ABC is called as inscribed angle and this arc AC is called as intercepted arc. So this are the important concepts. Okay, don't confuse between the inscribed angle and intercepted arc. And this angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC. Okay, inscribed angle theorem. The measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of the arc intercepted by it. That means in this figure, the circle with center O, angle BAC is inscribed in the arc BAC and angle BAC is intercepts arc BXC of the circle. Then measure angle BAC is equal to half measure arc BXC. So this is a very important theorem. You should remember only the statement. This theorem will not be asked for the proof. Okay. So let's see the corollary 1. Angle inscribed in the same arc are congruent. So here in this figure, angle BAC is an inscribed angle in the arc BAC. So in this arc, if I draw one more angle, then this angle will be also congruent to angle BAC. Okay. So how many angles you can draw in the same arc? All those angles will be congruent. Okay. Second corollary, angles inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. So any angle which is inscribed in a semicircle, it is right angle. Okay. So that you have to remember. Now next point is theorem of cyclic quadrilateral. Now we all know what is the meaning of cyclic quadrilateral. When all the four vertices of a quadrilateral lie on the circle, then that quadrilateral is called as cyclic quadrilateral. Now theorem of cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. This theorem is also very important. You have to see the proof for this theorem also. Then we have seen converse of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. If a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is supplementary, then the quadrilateral is cyclic. After that, we have seen corollary of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. An exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is congruent to the angle opposite to it, adjacent interior angle. All these statements you should remember. Based on this, questions will be asked. Okay. After that, we have seen one more theorem. If two points on a given line subtend equal angles at two distinct points which lie on the same side of the line, then the 4 points are cocyclic. If point B and C lie on the same side of the line AD, then angle ABD is congruent to angle ACD, and we can say that quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, and all these points are concyclic. Okay. So this is also very important. Based on this, challenging questions will be asked in your board exam. After that, this is also one more important formula. In the figure, chord AB and chord CD intersects at point E inside the circle. Then angle AEC is equal to angle DEB, that is equal to half into bracket major arc AC plus major arc BD. And if you have angle AED is equal to angle CEB, that is equal to half into bracket AD plus arc CB. Okay. So this is also very important formula. You should remember, if such type of question is asked, you can use this formula. Okay. In this figure, line AB and line CD intersects at point E outside the circle. Then angle BED you can find with the help of this formula, that is equal to half into major arc BD minus major arc AC. Okay. So this way you can solve this sum. Type of sums. Now then we are going to see some practice questions. MCQs. In the figure shown ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. If angle BAD is equal to 78 degree, find the measure of angle DCB. Now if you observe this figure, this is a cyclic quadrilateral, and we know that in cyclic quadrilateral opposite angles are supplementary. So one angle is 78 degree, then the other angle will be 180 degree minus 78 degree, that is equal to 102 degree. So this is your answer. Second question, if PQR are the 3 points which lie on the circle with center O such that angle POQ is equal to 110 degree, angle QOR is equal to 130 degree, then major arc PQR is equal to how much? So how you can find this? Yes, first we have to draw a figure according to the given formula data. So here in this figure, this is the circle with center O, and our angle POQ is given as 110 degree, angle QOR is given as 130 degree, and you have to find major arc PQR. So we know that measure of minor arc is equal to measure of central angle. So here angle POQ is a central angle, so arc PQ is equal to 110 degree and angle QR will be equal to 130 degree. So arc PQR is equal to 130 degree plus 110 degree, that is equal to 240 degree. So this is the answer for this question. We have to solve such questions. Okay. Now question number 3, solve the following. These are questions where each question carries 2 marks. So these questions you have to solve and then you can find the answer. Angle ACB is inscribed in arc ACB of the circle with center O. If angle ACB is equal to 65 degree, then find major arc ACB. So with the help of inscribed angle theorem, you can find the answer. Answer for this question is 295 degree. Okay. In the figure, angle PQPR has its vertex outside the circle such that major arc QR is equal to 200 degree and major arc ST is equal to 90 degree. Then find major angle QPR. We have just now seen that angle QPR is equal to half into bracket major arc QR minus major arc ST. So 200 degree minus 90 degree, that is equal to 110 degree. Okay. Next one, in the figure, chords AC and DE intersects at B. If angle ABE is equal to 108 degree, major arc AE is equal to 95 degree, find major arc DC. So therefore this formula we have to use. Angle ABE is equal to half into major arc AE plus major arc DC. You will get answer as 121 degree. Okay. So this way you have to solve this type of questions. So I hope you all are clear with the paper pattern now, which type of questions are going to come for your exam. Boxed activity based questions. Any question can be asked from your practice set or problem set. So be prepared with all the sums, and practice set 3.5 is completely reduced from your syllabus. From problem set also some questions are reduced, that I have informed you in the videos also, and we have sent a PDF also. Okay. So we will meet in the next session with the new lesson, coordinate geometry. Okay.